Hi and welcome back. In this video, let's talk about embedded forms, Mailchimp embedded forms. So go to forms, go to other forms. Right now, we only have the one form, which is the Mailchimp hosted form, and you can design it here on the form builder. The next one is an embedded form. So an embedded form is a kind of form you can take the HTML that Mailchimp gives you, put it on any web page on your website, and the form is going to show up there. And in this video, I can do an example where I will embed a form on a WordPress page. So let's do embedded form. Click on embedded form to start creating your first form. So give the form a name, and I'll call this my first form. It needs to connect to an audience. So if your plan allows for multiple lists, you can have multiple embedded forms and point them to different audiences. And I did show you how you can create another audience list if your plan allows for it. Currently, I only have the one audience list, and that's the one I'm going to stick with. And then I'm going to continue to Builder to design my form. So this is what the form will look like. The first time, you can see it only has an email address and a subscribe button, but you can edit it, add more fields, and so on. So let's see how to do that. Form fields. These are fields that are available as a result of your audience settings. And I did show you where you can edit some of these items. You can add more items if you wanted to. If you wanted to create a registration page, maybe for an event, you'd have to add some of these things on the Mailchimp form builder or on your audience settings. And both are things we've already looked at how to do. So say you want the first name and you also want the email. So enable. Maybe you also want them to be able to select which types of emails they want to receive. You can enable that. Also remember that we turned off GDPR. If you want to turn on GDPR, I also spoke about that during the Mailchimp settings, during the Mailchimp audience settings. So you can go back and look at that. So let's say this is the form that we want. We don't want to add any more fields. We just need the first name and that. So these fields, let's see if it's something I can edit here. All right, so I can edit the name and I can set it as required. So you can also have a help text such as enter your name. And that's going to show up down there. But you can just remove it. Anything that you want to edit, just select it. Okay, you can't edit anything with the mail. Maybe for the website, you have to enable it first, and then you can change maybe URL and so on. So that is pretty self-explanatory. So let's continue. Let's go back, look at settings. So as for settings, the form title, you can give it a title there. Sign up to our list to receive helpful hosting tips. That's that. And then the width of the form. So the form will fill 600 pixels. If you remove the width, it will use the default. Leave blank to let form take on the width of the area where it is placed. So if you want it, if you're going to put it somewhere where it can automatically take the width of where it's placed, then remove the width. But if you want a static width, you can give it whichever number. In this case, 400 pixels. So make sure wherever you put it, it will always fit. You can remove CSS styles. This is for advanced users. If you know how to use CSS, you can actually remove this and then you can style it your own way. If you're good in CSS, that's something you might do and design the form however you want it. you can also disable JavaScript, and this is going to prevent some validations. So make sure you leave this unchecked. JavaScript is important for validation of emails and data that is entered in here. And then show format options. This is like in our hosted form. If you add this, they will choose the email format they want to receive, but uncheck that. Show archive link. So archive link, this is a link to your previous campaigns so that they can see your previous email campaigns. And if you want to learn more information, you can click there, look at what is available to you, CSS, development, and so on. Mostly it's about the design of the form and how you can use it as a developer. So these are advanced features. If you're a developer, you can have a look at this and see how you can plug this into your website and have it function from within your website. Let us continue. Let's first of all see anything we've forgotten. Settings, we've looked at that. Tags. You can tag the audience you get from this form. So we already have tags we've created. We've spoken about tags and how you can use them. So if you want to tag anyone who subscribes from this form, you can do so here. So if you start typing website, you can create a tag. I'm not going to add any tags. Referral badge. So if you want to get some credits, you can click that, and Mailchimp is going to have this link. If somebody subscribes and they sign up, if somebody clicks on that and they sign up, you'll get some referral credits as a result. And you can also change the design of that. So I will disable it, continue, and then continue. Your form is ready. So you can take the HTML that you get here, embed it anywhere on your website, and the form is going to show up there. So let me copy, and I will come back to a sample website. So I have a sample website here. We can just do a demonstration to see how I'll add it on WordPress. So I can add it on this page. So let me just edit. And maybe I want to add it here. So if I want to add it here, so on WordPress, if you want to search for the different types of fields, I'll search for HTML. And then I'll paste it there. So you use custom HTML. You can also preview it there. HTML. And then I'll save. Open link. You'll see the form is there, but some of the design is lost. This is something you can fix if you know some CSS. This is because it's taking the font of that. All right. So let's put it in a different place. Let's say I want to put it. I will put it in this section. So if I put it here and save, come back, reload, you'll see it's there based on the length. So of course, design the form in a nice way so that it matches. I don't want to go into this because you're probably using a different theme. You're probably using a different builder, and I don't want to confuse people like that. So let me put it on the footer as a final example. I will delete it from there, save the page, and I want to add it on the footer. Do I have any footer here yet? No, I don't have a footer, but let's go to widgets and say I want to put it on the first footer widget. So I want to put it here. I can search for HTML, custom HTML, enter my HTML there, update. Let's see if it's going to show up. So I've just noticed that I put it on the wrong widget area. I want to put it on the footer. So I'll just drag it down to the footer and update. And now if I refresh, it is down there. Okay. And you can add other elements to your footer and so on. So if you know CSS, this form can be edited via CSS, right? You just select the elements that you want to change and then change them via CSS. If you wanted to change the background, it's possible via CSS. All right. The first part, you've seen how to design the form and embed it on your website. In this case, I used WordPress. Let's see if I have a sample Shopify store, and then I'm going to use that to embed the form, even though Shopify has an integration that usually provides some of these functionalities. Even WordPress has these functionalities. We're going to look at them later on when we look at integrations. In the next one, let's see if I can embed this on a Shopify page.